Hey there, so today we have another homebrew review, right? This is from Funky Brewing. He's got his own sticker, so a cool logo and all that cool stuff. This is an American Brown Ale, 4.5%. He does mention it's a little bit low for the style. Unfortunately, I'm past my advanced Cicero days. I do not remember the ABV range for American Brown Ale. It probably says somewhere around, probably around there actually. Probably 4.4 to 5.6, somewhere around there if my memory serves correct. So on the low end, yeah, for sure. Man, if I'm right, that's incredible. But I don't think I am. I hope to hear your thoughts. He just sent me one bottle. Really cool. So thank you. Try it out. Got it chilled. Actually, I sat it on its side. So I don't know if you guys can see. No, actually. All right. I think it's integrated. Oh, yeah. No. You can see that. I think that's just like yeast, true. I don't know, whatever that is. Like yeast or sediment. Anyway, it's in there. So I mean, if I stored it sitting up, it would probably be sitting on the bottom of the bottle. But this will get integrated in there. Yeah, now I can see it. I mean, you guys can see that, right? There's that like line, just like bottle condition. Right? I assume it's bottle condition. Who knows? Actually, don't know. Actually, I don't know anything about this beer. I don't know the ingredients. I don't know the recipe. Blah blah blah. So, anyway, looks pretty good. Looks like commercial beer. A little bit light for American Brown Ale, I want to say. Like some of them come pretty dark, especially something like Cigar City Maduro. But it looks alright. We're not. I mean, it's definitely in the SRM range. I'm just like, you know, I don't review that many American Brown Ales. There aren't many out there. So there you go. But yeah, this is definitely in spec. Comes in a light to medium brown, light brown color, honestly. Like a chestnut kind of color. Yeah, it seems fine pretty well. Like, it's like I think has the decent clarity to it, at least if you could look through the edges of the light tan head. On the nose, nice, very nutty. Yeah, very nutty. Wow. Roasted hazelnuts for days. I mean, tons of nuttiness going on here. Quite nice, light cocoa dusting chocolate thing going on. But yeah, it smells really good. A lot of just like nuts and chocolate, like nonstop. Like I mean, just reminds you of like almonds, Ferrero Rocher, like wafer cookies. Oh, that's the other one. Ooh, my kids eat them. The wafer cracker thingies with like not strawberry, but the chocolate one. Yeah, tons of that going on in here. Wafer crackers. I don't know. Chocolate wafer crackers. I don't know what you call them. Okay. Interesting. Up front, there's a weird flavor of that. I find a little bit off-putting. I don't know what that is. What is that? It's a little sour. There you go. So I think the finished beer. I don't know where. I mean, I don't. I don't know, Bob. Find out if you're curious. I'll look into the finished pH of your beer. It just seems a little bit tart. I don't think it's infected. Like finished beer has a little bit range of, you can adjust the finish range of a beer. So I think finished maybe just a little bit too acidic. I don't know. Very light, definitely 4 or 5. Yes, it's around there. Nice nuttiness throughout the palate. More of that kind of wafer cracker. A little bit of that cocoa, a little bit of that chocolate, just dancing in there. Yeah, like crushable beer. For me, I prefer American Brown Ales to have way more depth and. To me, I would have guessed this was more of like a British style, which again leans lighter in AVB, lighter in character. Like really, if you told me this is an English style brown ale, I'd actually put it in that category. I think if you had to put this in competition, I think you would definitely succeed a ton more than putting in American brown ale. It's not very robust. It just doesn't have the depth and the characteristics that I think the BJCP would generally recommend. It really sits more in that British vein. It even looks like that chestnut light brown color. Really reminds me more of like a Sam Smith like nut brown ale instead of like a commercial example. I think like what are the American commercial examples like? Man, I'm so bad at this. American City obviously actually moved Cigar City Maduro into the British. American brown ale's like they don't even make them anymore. I can't. Moose Drool, is that one of those? I don't, bro. Yeah, they don't even make. Cigar City's Maduro used to actually be in BJCP under American, but now I think the most recent iteration of BJCP they moved it to British or English. That's pretty good. I mean, It tastes like commercial beer. So that's, again, anytime a homebrew sends me beer and it doesn't seem off-putting to be like, all right, you homebrew this, that's gross. Or like, if you could make beer that you'd go, out to the store to buy or find at a tap room, like you're doing something right. Like, right. Like at least it doesn't have flaws and is drinkable and can be sold to the masses. Like I think people could drink this and just, blah, blah, blah. For me, I'll even give you the British brown ale. I'll review it as British brown ale. For that one, you probably want a little bit more ester forward, a little bit more appley. Probably, I mean, I assume you use English or American ale strain, but if you use an English one on this beer, I think it would come off better. Get a little bit more of that, like red apple, kind of like familiar Sam Smith kind of yeast character / British ales in general. I would also, again, the pH I think is maybe something to look at. And then the body's a little thin. 4.5, I understand, but yeah, nutty, light, drinkable. Honestly, do you know what? You know what it sort of tastes like? It sort of tastes like if, I mean, no offense to these breweries, but if like Sam Adams or Goose Island or just produced a mass-produced seasonal that was blah 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 brown ale, like sessionable brown ale, or like it tastes in that vein where it's like it just tastes more like something that a large craft brewery did. So yeah, just in the vein of like Sam Adams, Goose Island, Blue Point, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, it's like drinkable, light, acceptable for the masses, but like sometimes you're looking for a little bit more oomph, and that's where I go. So if I had to rate this, and if you gave this to me blind and told me I just pulled this off the shelf, I'd give you a 80. Let's give you an 80. Let's go. That's a good score. 80. Cheers. That's good. Maybe a little lower actually, because the first initial thing is like a little bit off-putting for me. Fine, I'll give you one down now. 79. 79. Thank you so much, Bob. That's my input. Hope it's helpful. Again, in the end, like, Bob, but also the viewers out there, what really matters is not my number. Like, who really cares about like what number I give? Like, to me, like, it's just a subjective way that I can try to communicate with you guys. But really, ideally, should matter. Oh, Audrey, you're sitting right there. Stop. You're gonna unplug it or something. Don't touch that. Sorry, Audrey. You're okay. Sorry. What matters, like, expressing like, hey, how can you adjust this recipe? What are things you can do? What are things to check on? What am I getting out of this beer? What do you get out of this beer? Blah, blah, blah. The conversation, the notes, and, that's what matters. Words matter. Sentences matter. Paragraphs matter, not like a single number. Until next time, cheers. Later.